Okay.
So that's doing it. And then I'm going to go get us live on Facebook. Can you hear that? My child. Love them. Okay. I believe we are live. I believe we are connected. And I think we're making technology work today. So, hi, Carol McMillan.
Hi, Jody Seeley. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Thank you so much for coming to hang out live with us on Facebook today.
My pleasure.
How is your, before we jump into the details as we get people to join us on here, but how is your new embracing of technology going?
I guess my laugh says it all.
We're all kind of pushed out of our comfort zone a little bit with going into this virtual world, aren't we?
Yes, and the reliance on reliable bandwidth and just all of the unpredictability of it. So, but it's good. Learning a lot, and it's nice to get to see people still. So
yeah, it is very lovely to see your face. Well, thanks for tuning in to our High River Community Wellness Challenge page. Both Carol and I are members of our incredible committee that we have, chocked full of, wouldn't you say, Carol, like amazing community members from all different backgrounds that just, we all share a passion for health and wellness in High River.
it's an excellent, diverse group, wonderful spirit. And I think this is actually, I was thinking about this morning, I think this will possibly be our best one, even though it's virtual, but because of all that passion.
Absolutely. So this is the 10th challenge that has happened in the community. It's a 6-week challenge, and we're going to go over today on exactly what that looks like and what that means. But I think 10 challenges in, Carol, I know you've been involved with all 10 directly. How does it feel being the 10th one?
You know, I was reflecting upon that, thinking about how fast that's gone and to see it evolve, you know, from a small group and just like now with the virtual technology, it's been quite interesting, but also to see the spread of interest and camaraderie about it.
Yeah, and what I think will be neat is, I know as a committee, we really talked a lot about, in light of COVID-19, should we continue with this challenge? What does that look like? What happens next? And all of us just having that heart and passion for our community and wanting to have even a greater focus on our health and wellness at this time. We decided as a committee to go ahead and go 100% virtual for this challenge. So we're going to learn through that together, I think.
We will for sure.
And yeah, and further to, we just, yeah, everybody really wanted it to happen. And what I feel personally, and I don't know if you agree or not, Carol, you can, maybe you want to disagree just for the sake of like reality TV. No, I'm just kidding. I think we're on the same page for this, is that we wanted to be able to do this chunk. And what I like about it being a 6-week challenge, it kind of turns into 8 weeks if we think about technology of getting prepared, and we're going to have a virtual awards party after. So kind of for the next 8 weeks, it'll take us up to the end of May and then into the beginning of June. That I like that I have something to focus on, safe at home, that I can still connect with friends and other community members and work on that together, and sort of gives me something to focus on for the next 6 to 8 weeks, because it feels a little bit daunting when we think about a chunk of time and being at home.
Yes. I actually think it will be very interesting. I think I'm very hopeful that people will become more involved actually, because there's no longer the excuse about I can't make the time. I think now people are a bit more thoughtful about the connection piece. So I think it will be very good.
All right. Well, let's dive into the meat of this challenge. And it's, again, it's 6 weeks. We've worked as a committee really diligently on making it something that everybody can do, right? No matter whether you're a really active, physically active person to someone who just needs to start maybe adding in a walk or something around the house, like, and everywhere in between. We really rounded out what the challenge looks like.
We did.
So in it, we also decided as a committee we wanted to have a theme. We've done it for the last couple of years, but we're really focusing on our theme this year of How's Your Five? And that is a conversation deepening tool. And it's also really a nice way to do a mental health check with somebody without, say, me phoning you up, Carol, and being like, hey, Carol, how's your mental health?
Yes.
You might think, why are you asking me that? So this tool helps you have a conversation that really dives into that without feeling like it is. So the 5 areas are work, play, eat, sleep, and love. And work could be whether you're working, like it'll be the work from home option, or maybe you're an essential worker that's going to do the challenge with us. It could also be school and homeschooling for the younger generations and our new homeschooling parents. And then love falls into relationships. So if you're somebody who isn't in, I guess what you would traditionally call like if you are married, or it doesn't have to be about this love relationship. It's just your relationships in general. And that can be with friends, with family, with a significant other, whatever that looks like. So just to kind of give that. So we're going to have that theme sort of woven through. I don't know, I just felt like we should do some more visual activity, Carol.
As I'm just sitting here. Yeah.
I've had way too much water already this morning. This is where I'm getting prepped for this challenge. So
yeah,
the 6 weeks will officially start for us on Sunday, so April 19th, and goes to May 30th. Now, Carol, being a part of that in the past, can you kind of describe what the challenge is per se?
Well, I think the nice thing with the How's Your Five is we're focusing 1 week for each category. So there'll be 1 week focusing on work, and then another play, love, eat, sleep. That gives a nice focus for people. And actually the 6 weeks does go quite quickly. This year we've got a very dynamic team where we've got interesting components where people can add to the website themselves with their strategies and tips. So we'll have consistent tips as well as people adding in themselves. So I think it's very versatile, and there's going to be a wide range. I mean, I'm quite pleased that we've got things ranging from bedtime stories for sleep all the way to couch to 5K virtual. I think there's a lot of interesting components and how to eat healthy. We've got a stellar team, because when I think about the partnerships, like with the Primary Care Network, Alberta Health Services, Town of High River Parks and Rec, and you know, add in more that aren't coming to the top of my head right now, Jody, but it's just a very dynamic team to make this successful.
Absolutely. So if you're going, okay, what is this challenge and how do we get a part of it? So what we want you to do is create a 4-person team. Now, in past challenges, there has been a registration fee for taking part, and that's just to really keep the challenge going from year to year. We are blessed that the community capacity grant in our community is going to help us with this challenge for this year by increasing the wellness in our community. So it is absolutely free for you to take part. So we've removed all the barriers we possibly can. So you want to make your 4-person team. Again, that can be 4 people in your home with your family. If you want to connect with 3 other friends and that you have an opportunity to virtually, safe from your home, challenge each other, keep each other accountable, have a little bit of fun. That's great. If you live alone and you're not sure who else you could have for your team. We don't want you to not participate because you don't have a team. So you just need to message us and we'll connect you with other people who could make a team together. If you have, you know, littles in the house and there's more of 4 of you, you can combine two of your kids to be one, whatever you want to do. Like it's easy going, right, Carol? We just want you to have fun together, have an opportunity to connect and start making healthy choices. So you're going to create your team of 4. Then you're going to register your team by emailing us hrcommunitywellnesschallenge@gmail.com. You can also call or text as well. And all the information where you can kind of look at this and see it online in case we have people who watch this later on YouTube or on Instagram and you're not on Facebook. We also have all the information uploaded to the ourhighriver.com website. So when you go onto that website, you'll see all the details in there. You can print off your participant guide, your captain guide, all of that info, see all the points, all of that stuff. If by chance you do not have access to a printer or you would like a printed out version, again, you can contact us and we will get you a copy of that. We're just trying to make it really easy. Keeping in mind, this is the first time our committee has done a 100% virtual challenge. So we appreciate your kindness and patience in figuring out as we go through this kind of what that looks like. Does that make sense, Carol?
It does. Different logistics. And
Yeah.
I feel remiss because I forgot to mention the High River Library as a partner.
Well, you mentioned they're all listed online. So we've got great partners and lots of cool citizens that are joining the committee with us, and we're excited. So basically this challenge lays out an opportunity for you to get daily points. This is how it works. So you're going to have a team captain on your team, and they're going to report your points every week. And you're competing for some pretty cool prizes. We have gift certificates for you to shop local when we're able to do that again. And you will get the coveted title of the 2020 Wellness Warriors, which I'm not going to lie, in the past gets a little feisty with the competition.
That's what makes it fun.
So we're excited about that. So the points, for example, and we'll break this down throughout this week to help you have sort of bite-sized chunks of how all of this works. So we'll do another points video later this week to bring that down. But just to kind of give you an overview in orientation today is you have an opportunity to collect your wellness points, which includes wellness activities as well as physical activity. And then you have an opportunity to get bonus points. And again, all in great fun of picking and choosing from the list that you'll see online what you want that to look like. So I guess like a couple examples, Carol, right? Or we want to encourage you to have a screen-free night. We know that there's a lot of more screen time, and we 100%, but we adjusted it for our COVID version to be, you pick a night and after 5 p.m., you go screen-free in your home. And that's an opportunity to play board games, do a little reading. You do not have to do this every single day. Again, it's a pick and choose, but that's an example of one. What are some other examples of points options, Carol?
Having fruits and vegetables with each meal, making a homemade meal.
A little bit easier these days.
Yeah, exactly. Drinking water.
Yeah, we have, and we made it so that it's an easy start thing. So if you're not somebody who drinks a lot of water normally and you're just like, I will never get points, we're starting with 6 cups, and a cup is 8 ounces or 250 mils for an adult, and 3 cups for kids, and you'll get 5 points for that. If you drink more than that, fantastic. But that's where we're going to kind of start that. We even have things like if you perform a random act of kindness, right? And that could be texting somebody and just telling them they're awesome for that day. You're going to get 5 points for that. We got self-care. We got a whole list of fun things. Bonus points are going to come in you sharing the challenge information on your social media. So helping us branch out virtually is also an opportunity to get 5 bonus points a day. So if you share that you're in the challenge, you share information about the challenge, whatever that looks like for you, 5 points. We are going to have virtual information sessions as well on our Wellness Wednesdays. So you'll have an opportunity to get points for that. If you're somebody who is checking out some of these, Carol, we were talking about these the other day because there's so many online classes, like from yoga to workouts. If you do a virtual class, you're going to get 5 points for that. Like, so easy. And then, of course, we're encouraging you to have those How's Your 5 conversations with people online, whether you're doing that through a Zoom like this, or a FaceTime, or a house party. Like, there's so many apps for this. Or you're texting. Having a How's Your 5 conversation with someone will also get you 5 bonus points. You will also get additional bonus points when you watch our Wellness Wednesday sessions, which we're so excited about. It's going to be so good.
Yes.
I think that's basically it in a nutshell. Would you agree?
I think so, Jody. And I think the nice thing is that sometimes in the past, people have been a little bit daunted by the challenge, thinking it's all about physical stamina and activity. But we've definitely made it that it's open for all. And on that note as well, for people who don't even have a team, I think it would be very good to stay tuned to the Wellness Challenge site and participate even without it being formally, because it's going to, people will benefit. I mean, when I think about the expertise of all of our volunteers that are doing the info sessions, as well as people who are adding things, I mean, it's a win-win for everyone.
Absolutely. And for those, I know I've got a couple of messages already about, well, we're not, workout queens. I don't know if this would fit for us. And again, those wellness points are physical, or there's another full list. So in physical activity too, just so you know, we broke it down really easy for everybody. So if you do 15 minutes of activity, and that could be walking in your backyard, or if you go for a quick walk down the happy trails, if you spend 15 minutes doing something, you will get 5 points for that. And for kids, we have it if you do it for 30 minutes, because we want to tire them out. But I mean, 30 minutes, like kids running around in the backyard or riding their bike or doing something. So again, we have it for both adults and kids, and trying to keep it really simple. And don't freak out. Like, if you don't do activity that day, it's, again, you get to pick and choose from this list. And just really, at the end of the day, Carol, right, we just want people to have fun and connect and focus on, right now, in a time where you get to make your health and wellness a #1 priority. We want to give you tips and suggestions and help on how to do that, because now more than ever, we want to work on the wellness of ourselves, of our family, and then of our community. And I think that's just really exciting at the end of the day.
Definitely. And maybe what we should also do in today's session is just do a brief rundown of the information sessions and the topics, just so people know what they can look forward to.
Awesome. Okay, so coming up next week, so again, we're going to do the main info sessions that you get points for at 7 p.m. on Wednesday nights. We are going to have other options for you to get more tips, tricks, and fun throughout the weeks, throughout the 6 weeks. But Wednesday nights at 7, we will be going live right here on the Facebook page. The first up is we're going to focus on work that week. So we called it, okay, working from home. I didn't type in the thing, but you know what I'm talking about. It is hard to get into what that routine looks like. So the lovely Carol is going to be chatting with us about having a little bit more structure, picking a space, like just figuring out how to work from home. And we've been trying it for a few weeks, but maybe you need a few tips. So that's one of our info sessions. The next week, Bruce Masterman is going to join us, and I'm so excited to have Bruce be a part of this with us. And he's going to talk about using nature for self-care. And he is so awesome at connecting with nature, and he's got this really amazing outlook. So I'm excited for him to share with us some ideas, both outside and then even inside, I think, is what Bruce is going to do for us. So that is really exciting. Next up, we're going to focus on the area of play, and Amber with our town Parks and Rec team is going to show us how to stay active at home. And she's got more energy than anyone I have ever met. So that is coming up as well. Then we're going to do a focus on sleep week, and we're going to have bedtime stories with Mary from the High River Library. She's going to read us a bedtime story. And then Tracy from the Parks and Rec team is going to pick up after the story and do a mindful wind down. And then these will be something that you could do as a routine in your home following. And so I'm crazy excited about that. There's nobody more passionate about stories and mindfulness than those two women. So I think we're in for a real treat there. And then Greta, we're very blessed to have Greta on our committee, and she is I don't know, would you call it a certified nutritionist? She
is a registered dietitian as well as
that's the word.
Pediatric surgeon.
Yeah. And she's got so much knowledge about food and how it fuels your body and portion sizes. And so we called it Stress Eat the Healthy Way, because, you know, it's obvious we're feeling a little stress from day to day, but we're going to find ways to work on that the healthy way. And then we're going to follow up our last info session with Darlene also from Parks and Rec. And Darlene loves nature and dirt and gardening, and she's going to give us some tips on gardening. And so this one's called Dirt, Your Mental Health Companion, because there's something about the digging and the planting and what that looks like. And I think a lot of people are really excited about starting to grow a lot of their own fruits and vegetables. And we're sort of in that mindset with what's being now called the Great Pause by some people for us in the universe. And so what does that look like with doing some gardening and that kind of thing? So we're going to have some fun with that. So, I mean, that's stacked. We are stacked with health and wellness stuff.
Yeah. And, you know, the purpose is, like you mentioned, that after the 6 weeks, the whole purpose is to get people developing these healthy patterns so that it continues on. It's not just a 6-week stop there. So that's really the goal. So even if you take away one new habit, like drinking more water, that's a win. That's all we want with this.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've also partnered up with our local media in High River to promote and help you. So if you need that screen break, but you're wanting to still get some health and wellness information, Carol is going to be doing Wellness Wednesdays on Sun Country and AM 1140 on Wednesday mornings. So you'll be able to tune in and listen to some tips and tricks of the week. And then we've also partnered with the High River Times, and we're very grateful to all of our media outlets locally. And there will be articles in the paper every single week with a lot of the information that we're also sharing online. But then again, becomes a great thing that you could read the paper, grab some of the tips. Maybe you want to cut out and hang them up. Maybe it becomes an activity that you get your kids to read you the article from the paper. And then again, online on our social media. We are lucky that we've got a few channels. So we've got, of course, all the information on a website, ourhighriver.com, on Facebook, the High River Community Wellness Challenge. And then Our High River has allowed us to take over their Instagram account for the next 8 weeks. So everything will also be on Instagram at Our High River. But when you go to it, you'll see that it's all 100% wellness challenge information now. And then we'll be posting these videos as well onto YouTube. So then there's just another channel for you to go click and watch the info sessions for those in the world who maybe aren't on Facebook. And there's still people that aren't connected there. So we wanted to try to hit every possible outlet to connect with each other. And I don't know about you, Carol, but I am so excited to share this with the community over the next 6 weeks.
I am too, and I'm really looking forward to hearing the team names, because they're always very creative and very humorous. And I mentioned this on the radio last week, and my one hope is that people avoid COVID in their names. We want to continue with the humor, the lightness. We want a sense of lightness in our spirits at this time, and we're looking forward to having that wonderful camaraderie.
Yeah, and we've had some pretty funky team names in the past too that have been quite hilarious. So get creative with it. I mean, I would love to see, you know, if you're if you do a 4-person team with 3 friends, for example, because I know we've had a few of those teams in the past that their friendships have been so much fun to watch this also. But when you get on your Zoom or your FaceTime or something, you're connecting with your team, like have a theme fun with that. Put on a funny hat, wear a weird something, like, and take a picture and share that. Like we've done team photos in the past, which is difficult to do when we can't be together. However, you can screenshot, like right now, we could take a picture of Carol and I, and that could be a team photo of you and your 3 other people. So get creative with it and have fun, because the most part is we want to be able to just, in a time when things are serious and unknown and they change from day to day, we still want to come together as community and connect and have some fun together. So that's our main goal, of nothing else. If you get 0 points, but you're still just having fun with us every week, that's a win. It's such a win.
And as I mentioned, whether you're part of the formal challenge or not, tune in, because it's about that continuing to build. High River's got such great community spirit to begin with, that it's just continuing to build on that in a different way, because we're so used to being able to connect in person that we just want to make sure that everyone is still feeling that sense of connection.
Absolutely. So your goal this week is to get that team together and get them registered. So get your team registered, and we start on Sunday. And thank you for joining us for orientation. If you have any other questions, feel free to comment or email. All of our contact info is on this page, and we just look forward to you getting registered and starting with us on Sunday. It's going to be awesome.
It will be.
Have a fabulous rest of your Monday, Carol, and everybody who's watching, and we look forward to having more fun together.
For sure. Have a wonderful day.
Bye, everyone.